Okay, here's a story about ebb and flow. About a month ago, I was having a beer with my friend PJ at a Mekong cafe when a guy selling string hammocks approached me. And I just blew him off. After he left, PJ said, "You know, those string hammocks come in handy." And I said, "Well, you know, dude, I'm trying to get rid of shit, not put more shit in my bag." And he said, "No, these things pack up really light, and they're super light, and they come in handy sometimes." And I thought, well, you know, whatever. I wish I had gotten it, but no loss. And about 4 times subsequent to that, I could have used that string hammock, and I thought, man, I wish I'd gotten that. Note to self, next time you see a string hammock, get one. Hold that thought. Now, I'm traveling around Asia wearing what I usually wear in Hawaii on my feet, which is slippas, sometimes called flip-flops. I don't know what the Europeans call them. In any case, they're starting to get a little ragged and threadbare. And the problem is, of course, that I have gigantic feet. Yeah, check out my feet. You know what they say about guys with big feet, don't you? Big shoes. And so, here's the deal, you know, like I have the biggest foot in the world, and nobody in Asia has them. My foot in English, Canadian sizes is 15, and in European it's about 52, 54, and the biggest size anybody carries here is like 46. And the thing was getting ragged, just, you know, shot, and even the Cambodians were noticed I was wearing shitty shoes, man, and that's saying something when the Cambodians notice it. So I thought, well, you know, I got to get me some new shoes, but I'll probably get them in a major city because they're not going to have them, you know, in Podunk. It just ain't going to happen. And I might even find them in a major city. I might not get them until I get to Bangkok again. I hope my slippas hold out. Hold that thought. Okay, so earlier today, I was thinking to myself, you know, it'd be a good idea to get a map of Cambodia. I'm going down to Sihanoukville, and there's a border crossing that just opened into Vietnam that's down that way, and it would be cool to see on a map just where everything's located so that I can figure out how I'm going to do and what I'm going to do and where I'm going to stay and all that kind of good stuff. Hold that thought. Oh, here's another thing that happened. The other day, I was looking for my sunglasses, and once again, I've misplaced my sunglasses. Now, sunglasses are really a thing with me, and about 10 years ago, more than that, maybe like 15 years ago, I had this rule that I was never going to pay more than $10 a pair for sunglasses again, ever. And they're always that black kind you always see me wearing. Here, where is it? It's always these Ray-Ban kind things, you know what I mean? So I lost them, you know, once again. I must have gone through 6 or 7 pairs in this trip, and I hardly ever pay more than $5 to $7 for them, you know. So I'm thinking, as long as I'm not paying 10 or more, you know, 10 or more, 10 is the limit. So as long as I can get another pair, when I go to the market today in Phnom Penh, I'll probably find me a pair. Hold that thought. Okay, so around lunchtime I decide I'm going to go down to a little cafe downstairs, have myself a beer lao, the best beer on the planet, and, you know, get something to eat and hang out and figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. When all of a sudden, up walks this guy, and he's selling string hammocks. And I'm thinking, yes, I need a string hammock. Way cool. So, turns out for 10 bucks I get a string hammock. Now, I know I could have negotiated down to 5, but what the fuck, you know? I was having lunch, and I thought, you know, cool. So, as soon as he's done, the next thing I know, I think they put a sign up, you know, this guy's buying. So they all start coming around. But the next guy that shows up is a little shoe repair guy, and he wants to repair my slippas for me. I actually paid more money to have my slippas repaired than I actually paid for the slippas, you know, which I think is really interesting. But check this out, you know, you can put a new sole on it. Look at it, you can see the new sole and everything. It'll probably last a day or two. Probably last a year, I hope. But in any case, I got my shoes repaired, and hopefully I'll find another pair. I was waiting for them to show up, but the shoe repair guy was cool. I dug that, you know, waste not, want not kind of thing. So then time goes by, and the next thing I know, up shows a sunglass vendor. Yes, a sunglass vendor. And he's selling Ray-Ban sunglasses, and I bought these for $10. Okay, I could have got them for less. Yes, I know. So then I blow him off. He's trying to sell me more shit, but I got what I needed. And then up shows a kid hawking all kinds of books, you know. Got book. I go through school. There's a rap here, by the way. I put myself. You know how go-go dancers used to put themselves through college? Now kids are selling books to put themselves through elementary school. It's quite a trip. Anyway, no, I don't need books. You know, Akon, but I don't need any. And then the guy says, how about map? And I'm thinking, well, I did think about a map today. So he pulls out a map and he unwraps it, shows it to me. I say, how much? It's like $10. I'm like, no, dude, not doing $10 for the fucking map. Sorry. I go to school, I got the whole wrap. Anyway, I negotiated him down to $5. And that was quite an ordeal, but I was done lunch, you know, so I had the energy to negotiate down to $5. But yes, I negotiated an elementary school kid to half price on a map. Can you believe it? I'm amazing. And I'm thinking, wow, that's way cool. I don't even have to go to the market to get this shit. Anyway, that's the flow. So now you see this traffic flow. The one thing I noticed when I sped it up was that there was a flow to it. There was an ebb and there was a flow. There was the center of the street was empty for a while, and then all of a sudden everybody in the world fucking showed up and crisscrossed, and then it's got, you know, slow again and all that. Now, I don't know what that means, but I do know that it's a random event that seems to occur all the time in life, and I think it's worth reflecting upon. I don't know if it has a meaning, but it certainly has an implication as to how life can be lived. But then, that's just my opinion.